Good morning, children. I am Bobby Miss for taking biology class. Today we can start our first chapter, Protectors of Biosphere. Our first chapter is Protectors of Biosphere. All of you observe the poster that is shown in the screen. Just observe the poster that is shown in the screen. What was written in it? Let us unite to regain our green earth. It was a poster designed by a student like you. And what is the message? It is based on the message, save earth from global warming. Protect earth from global warming. Do you heard the term global warming? Yes, it is a dangerous condition which leads to the rise in Earth's temperature. Global warming is a condition due to global warming, the atmospheric temperature increases largely. Then, what is the main reason for global warming? That is due to the increase in the level of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. We already learned that the greenhouse gases, and the greenhouse gas is called a carbon dioxide. So one of the reason for increased level of carbon dioxide is the one of the reason for the global warming is the increased quantity of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Do you know what is the normal quantity of carbon dioxide? Yes, we already learned that carbon dioxide is around 0.04% and oxygen is around 21%. And the plants, what is the role of plants to maintain the level of oxygen and carbon dioxide? Yes, just observe the illustration shown here. This illustration shows how the oxygen carbon dioxide level is maintained in the nature. What is the role of plants in this process? What is the role of plants in this process? Yes, plants only absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Can you say which is the process that? Yes, plants absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere for a photosynthesis. And the same time, another advantage as a result of this process is called a photosynthesis. So all organisms get food and oxygen. And another process is mentioned here, which is that is respiration. The process is respiration. And due to respiration, all organisms, all living things release carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. So it is a cyclic process. As a result of respiration, always carbon dioxide is released to the atmosphere, and at the same time the plants always absorb carbon dioxide for the process of photosynthesis. Therefore, plants play a major role to regulate oxygen and carbon dioxide level in the atmosphere. Now, are you clear why doesn't the level of oxygen in the atmosphere decreases? Yes, which is a process helpful for that? Yes, the process is photosynthesis. And same time, what is the reason why does not the level of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere increase? It also by the process of photosynthesis. Then, from this, we can understand that it is understood that how plants control global warming. That is why every year, June 5th, we celebrate as World Environmental Day to make the people aware about the importance of planting more trees. Then only the plants can only maintain the level of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Okay. Then again we can learn what are the other factors required for a photosynthesis. What are the other factors required for photosynthesis? That we already learned in lower classes. First of all, water. How does it reach to the leaf? It reaches to the leaf through the conductive tissues, that is xylem. And second factor required for photosynthesis is sunlight. It is trapped by sunlight is trapped by certain pigment present in the leaf. And third factor is carbon dioxide. It enters through the small opening present in the leaf. Which is the opening? That opening is called the stomata. And one more factor is required for photosynthesis, that is chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a pigment that present in plants. Especially the chlorophyll is the pigment which provide a green color to the plant body. Then look at the figure, and a girl is thinking that why is the upper part of the leaf greener than the lower part? Upper part of the leaf is greener than the lower part. Can you think what may be the answer? Yes, which is the pigment which provide green color? Yes, that is chlorophyll. The chlorophyll imparts green color to the plant parts. So now we can observe the section of a leaf through a microscope. So here I share the section of a green leaf. It is taken the magnified view of a leaf, and based on the indicators we can analyze the structure of a leaf and its parts. Okay, just wait for the okay, all of you observe the video shared here. Yes, leaves. Yes, now we are going to learn about how the structure of leaf is suitable to photosynthesis. Look at the cross section of leaf. We can observe the section with the help of a microscope. See, the different types of cells are present in the leaf. Different types of cells are present in the leaf. Okay, just observe it. What is the internal structure of a leaf? The outermost part of the leaf is called a cuticle. The outermost layer of the leaf is called a cuticle. And just below the cuticle, we can see another layer of cells. What is it? That is called the epidermis. This layer, just below the cuticle, we can see the epidermal cells. And just below that, another type of cells are present, that is called the palisade tissues. So the tiny leaves, see, when we observe it under a microscope, we can see different types of cells are present in the leaf. So how the structure is suitable to its function. And just below the palisade tissues, can you see some other type of cells? Yes, what is it? Just observe the video again. Yes, did you see where the stomata are seen in a leaf? They are seen in the lowest part of the leaf. And through the stomata, the respiratory gases, oxygen and carbon dioxide are get into the leaf, and sunlight also. Stomata. It is guarded by Yes, just observe the structure of this cell. It is one of the cell, one type of cell that present in a leaf, and this cell is a especially this cell is for a photosynthesis. Otherwise, we can say that it is the site of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis takes place and at this cell. Okay, just observe. Can you identify this structure? This structure is called a chloroplast, the important organelle that present only in plant cell. This structure is called a chloroplast. Chloroplast is the one of the important cell organelle present only in plant cell. And observe this how the structure of chloroplast is suitable for this function. It have two layers, an outer layer and an inner layer. And its inside again two important parts are seen. The two parts are grana and stroma. Grana and stroma. Observe the video again. Yes, stroma is the fluid part of the chloroplast. Inside the innermost layer, we can see the stroma. Stroma is the fluid part of the chloroplast. Okay, what about grana? Grana. Yes, grana are seen as thylakoids. Coins അടുക്കി വെച്ചതുപോലെ കാണപ്പെടുന്നു. And they are connected by grana and stroma are connected by stroma lamella. So, are you clear? The important this organelle is called a chloroplast, and it has two layers, outer layer and inner layer. So we can say that it is a double layered membrane. And when we look into its inner part, we can see another two important parts. So that is grana and stroma. And the stroma is the fluid part of the chloroplast, and the grana is the part which look like thylakoids. That means coins are placed one above the other. Okay, and they are connected by the grana and stroma are connected by a structure called the stroma lamella. Okay, then okay, we know that pigments that absorb sunlight are found in the grana of chloroplast. The pigments, which are the pigments? Pigments are of different types. Mainly, they are chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, carotene and xanthophyll. They are the major pigments present in grana. But the photosynthesis mainly takes place in only in chlorophyll A. What is the role of other pigments? All these pigments are able to absorb sunlight. However, only chlorophyll A can participate directly in photosynthesis. All other pigments absorb light and transfer it to chlorophyll A. Therefore, these pigments are called accessory pigments. Again, watch the video. Okay, now all of you clear how does the structure of chloroplast is suitable for photosynthesis? Yes, today I think all of you clear the class, and the next class we can learn more about the chemistry of photosynthesis. What are the processes that takes place in grana and stroma? And all of you read the textbook and draw the structure of chloroplast in your notebook and label the parts, and also you have to prepare a poster by yourselves based on the message Save Earth from global warming.